Hey everyone, and welcome to day one in the Collin Griffith trial. Recap. This is the trial of the 17-year-old Collin who is accused of stabulating his mother, Kathy, in Florida, September last year. And it's a story with two very different openings. The prosecution had Collin portrayed as violent, ungrateful. He didn't want to help the mom. And when she asked him for help, he just became more and more hostile. She did everything for him after he moved back from Oklahoma, where he is formally being accused of pew-pewing his dad. But that case is kind of in a limbo because it could have been self-defense. But after this case happened, they might go back and open up the case. There was a history how the relationship deteriorated over time. And then in November 2023, allegedly Collin pushed her on the ground, stomped on her. There was a history of both of them having the Baker Act used against them, not in any way connected to this Baker. Apparently, there's a lot of threats out there. I hope we'll hear some of them. I'll hope they'll bring in witnesses who will tell us firsthand about all of these threats that he allegedly did. But the motive should have been that Kathy threatened to release some recordings of Collin admitting to unaliving his dad and allegedly planning to unalive her as well. And something went down, and she ended up with a very bad stabulation to the neck. And then we had this little shenanigans that prosecution played. He didn't act normal, and he asked for a lawyer. Everyone, if the police come, even if you haven't stabulated your mom, it's a good idea to have your lawyer present. It's not smart to talk to police without a lawyer. It can go bad in so many ways. The defense argument was the mom was the big problem. She was unstable, abusive, and she had threatened to self-delete. She was estranged from her family. She used pills, alcohol. She tried to self-delete multiple times. And why he did this is apparently because there was some kind of history of her pulling pew-pews on him and then denying it when the police arrived. She made him do push-ups, hold weights, whipped him with a belt to try and, I don't know, either punish him or try to make him be a better kid. And apparently she had hit Collin first the other time when he stomped on her. They didn't really say it wasn't self-defense, but they claimed that he was fearing for his safety and had previously requested to be placed in foster care instead of going home living with his mom. The day off, Kathy was the one who attacked Collin in the house, and he acted to protect himself. And he also tried to save her life after calling 911. The witnesses we had yesterday was the forensic investigator at the scene. We didn't get to see the evidence being put in, but it was apparently there was a lot of blood at the scene. A neck wound is a gusher. We had two elderly ladies who watched from across the road when he, according to the state, dragged the mom inside the house so violently she dropped her AirPod. But one of them said, well, he had her by the neck. She was screaming something about the hair, but he he had her by the neck. The other neighbor said he had her by the shoulder. None of them called the police, so they were not that worried. And then we have some first responses at the scene, and they were mostly again to say, well, Collin didn't act like you're supposed to act at a crime scene, which is utter BS, because I'm the type of guy in high stress situations, in crisis, I kick into let me fix it mode. And I'll try and run around like a headless chicken and say, okay, we need to do this, we need to do that. Other people will just collapse, sit and cry. Other people will turn instant silent. So that's such a BS thing to put in there, that, oh, he didn't do the correct amount of crying or the correct amount of yelling. I don't know. I feel it's an underhanded tactic to use. We also heard the 911 call, and you can hear what sounds like he's trying to do it. It was probably the worst 911 operator in the history of time. She has a gaping wound in her neck, and this lady is saying, well, just do CPR. If you don't put pressure and try to close the wound, all the important stuff in your body will leave your body, because blood really needs to be on the inside, not at the outside. If you have the arteries nicked and you start compressing the chest, you'll just make her die faster. We had an officer from Oklahoma coming in talking about there was no case at the time against him in Oklahoma. This case is a little bit weird. They are fighting so much on stupid little things that's not coming in. The guy from Oklahoma, there was a 30-minute discussion about what he was allowed to say, and he was on the stand for less than 2 minutes. So we'll have to see where we go today. We might be shown, there should be an interrogation video. Maybe we'll be shown that. But it's set for 3 days. Hopefully it's going to be a quick case. Seems like this kid is just very unlucky with his parents. He has to self-defend a lot. Let's see if it works.